Hello everybody, I'm Raphael Perry and it's time for some more Alone in the Dark. And we may be very near the end of this game. Before I continue, there's a few little things I want to say, and no, they are little, okay? So Emily is here with the cultists as they prepare for their ritual, which some of them describe as, just something we do once a year. And this is supposed to be St. John's. Oh God, this is not Midsummer. So, first off, when I loaded up my save, it replayed the start of chapter cutscene and the conversation with Jeremy and the Doctor, which I was able to skip. And the follow-up conversations that I had last time are unavailable with everybody. There seems to be one available with the guard at the door. Emily is waiting here for Detective Carnby. The cultists tell her that he's around somewhere and that he said he'd wait for her before he leaves. And I think last time I said something along the lines of unless they've turned him into a zombie or something, which might not actually be that far from the truth. You see, there's only about 6 mods of this game, and one of them makes Edward and Emily look like zombies for the whole game. And the mod description doesn't state that its creator created this awesome new zombie look for them, but rather seems to imply that at some point in the game, one or the other of them might look like a zombie, and this just activated those models for the whole time. And the little girl's hands went through the side of that bucket, and her arms are going into the tree. She clearly is an evil, chaotic freak from another dimension. Speaking of the tree, I was... As I mentioned, last week I was speaking to a friend who's a big Lovecraft fan and asking him why the King in Yellow would be involved in the undertakings of Shub-Niggurath, and he said basically she wouldn't. However, he also said some interesting things. The King in Yellow operates on a much vaster scheme and scale. His plans should be so alien and strange as to be incomprehensible to the human mind. And in that regard, the game developers may have done a good job, because I can't work out what he's doing to do with this. You know, he seems to be some kind of minor villain involved, just to try and help Emily go mad. But surely he wants something far larger than this, and whatever his plan is, it shouldn't hinge upon getting every generation of one family to become his apostle or devotee, one at a time. However, and I'm looking at the tree because many weeks ago there was a post on the forum claiming that this tree is the final boss, and therefore this tree is Shub-Niggurath, right? My friend also said that Shub-Niggurath is trapped on Earth and unable to leave it, which is interesting because the cultists believe they are attempting to summon Shub-Niggurath from another dimension where she is held imprisoned. That other dimension might just be inside this tree. And she's probably not in another dimension, she's just been here all along. Additionally, in the alternate ending where Emily went insane and saw things from the point of view of a cultist of the King in Yellow, all of the cultists here were in the King in Yellow's temple worshipping him. They were not cultists of Shub-Niggurath worshipping her. So I'm going to believe that the cultists here might be cultists of the King in Yellow who are so deranged that they believe they are cultists of Shub-Niggurath and are attempting to summon her, whereas actually they may be keeping her asleep or something. Right. So yeah, we may unfortunately see a zombie detective soon. Especially as the cultists have told Emily that she'll be allowed to leave after this little ritual. Yeah, this isn't going to end well. But we seem to have no other option than to sit there and wait for the detective, or to go and talk to the guard at the garden gate, who seems to have a little more dialogue.
Looks like a storm's coming.
Radio says it could get real bad.
Same one.
Floodings and such.
The last thing I wanted to mention while looking at the tree is that I noticed a thread on the forums about someone complaining how hard the fights were, and about 2/3 of the way down the first page, someone mentioned there's a dodge button. There's a dodge button. Options. Controls. Key binding. There's a dodge button. And it's for spacebar. I'm fairly certain that being aware of that information would have saved me a lot of trouble earlier on in the game. Now apparently, it's halfway between an old school dodge and a new school dodge. So, old school dodge, you have to actually dodge the attack. I'm thinking specifically something like Severance, Blade of Darkness, where you had directional dodging, and if you got hit while you were trying to dodge, you got hit. No invincibility frames, you had to actually dodge the attacks. New school dodging, you get massive invincibility frames. Doesn't matter where you dodge to, you can get hit while you're dodging and it doesn't hurt. Well, this one's kind of halfway in between, in that apparently you get a few invincibility frames against the thing you're trying to dodge, but if something else hits you while you're dodging, you still get hit. Alright, let's sit, because it rhymes with hit, and wait for the detective. We shall wait for Detective Carnby and hope he doesn't come staggering as a big corpse to kill her. Because the other thing I was thinking is the cultists have said they've let Emily go, but they probably won't. They probably won't even plan on letting Jeremy go. Let's find out together.
Everyone knows what to do? Y'all know the new words.
New words.
Mrs. Thompson, we talked about this. I'm not sure everyone is comfortable.
Doctor, I insist. This is important.
We've waited for so long, Doctor.
Let's just go with the old song. Not every change is an improvement.
Boss, good or bad, we need to move forward.
All in, Doc. Let's bet it all. But we don't know what we're dealing with.
It'll be okay, Doctor. Better even.
We go without horns.
Ever there praises and abundance to the black goat of the woods. Hear us, brother. Take pity on us. Take pity on us.
Ever there
praises and abundance to the black goat of the woods.
Ever
Hear us, and take pity on us.
Hear us,
And now she... Oh no, it's yeah. Literally. Lovecraftian
What are you doing? This is madness!
This here's what needs to happen.
She's just a child!
With a thousand euros!
Edward!
Get out, Emily! We're leaving!
That can't be good.
No! There has to be a sacrifice!
No!
getting angry.
Come with me.
We're not going to get combat. That's right, run, you little. Someone didn't get to run there. Oh, God, deserve this. We, on the other hand, are going to shit a brick. Because something tells me that what's loading up isn't just going to be an empty room. Oh, goodness.
I have to stop that thing. It's gonna kill everything in its way.
It seems to have moved. Is there anything? This probably isn't safe. But let us do lots of things. Pick up that, pick up that. Okay, message received loud and clear. Probably can't get up there. Out there is probably the way to go. Now, Emily, much as I applaud your desire to stop that thing, the chances go. Do we get to... We do. And again, please. Okay. Eating drinks. And now we have 5 instead of 3. So, do we go out there into the garden or up here into the ruins of the building? On the roof? So he is. Something tells me, as I've done, yeah, that's probably the way to go. More bullets with the machine gun. Looks like... And a weapon. Probably not as good as what I had. Here it comes from beneath. Emily, be a good girl. I don't know if I'm hitting anything, but I'm gonna try. Get it. Pick up those bullets that seem to never run out. Run, woman. I mean, so far... So far, this doesn't seem to be a very difficult find that I'm doing.
I'm out of bullets.
But I'm either missing something rather serious, probably... Oh, I've got the cross! Nope. Oh god, it's that fucking tree from... Oh really? Well then. It's that tree from Dark Souls 3. Heal. Don't have to kill all of them, okay. Keep running. I need to. Trapped in the scenery, or rather the body of the thing. Okay, right, well, that was interesting. Probably also the end of the game. At least I've started dodging. A little bit. So. Okay. Okay, there's healing items here. I will heal and pick up. I won't take that. Wait. Because I have this. I don't know where I got the cross from. Okay, here we go. So I think I need to shoot the bumpy bits. Curse-rotted grapefruit all over again. Down the line. swear those things are great. Thrower. Those things. Oh, come on! I don't know what drugs they're taking, but that is not even remotely fair. Is there a way to say my old knuckles are hurting? I'd maybe like to make this a little bit easier, because that hurts a lot. The answer is probably not. Probably should have healed a little earlier there, but that last stage, where they were just sending in everything, clearly it was desperation, but it was too much. I wonder what we can do with the difficulty. Oh, okay, interesting. Right. So her body makes it hard to target certain areas. Hard to avoid. Please. Oh no! I said no. guys, this is just getting a little bit too much for this late at night. So what I'm going to do is, I think you know what I'm going to do. It hurts, and I don't like it when it hurts. Need a bit of... I feel that I've done this enough times that I've got a reasonably good idea what I need to do, and I don't want to struggle too many times doing it again and again and again into the early hours of the morning. So we'll see. There's no shame in physical pain. There we go. Gobbler. Don't know how I was supposed to survive that. Tell you what, though. Thought so, yeah. Just because I can. Right. So what happened there was I tried to heal and got hit a second time for lethal damage apparently, while attempting to heal a second time. And this will be a point of no return. I don't think I need to get Whatever she's doing, it's bad. That's getting very distorted, so it's very hard to do that. Candlestick, new weapon. Okay, fine. Yeah. Just... really touching on this. Okay, squeakies. Squeaky bad. Okay, there's clearly something I'm missing. really can't be good. Oh, my poor knuckles. Well, Derceto lies in ruins.
Emily, are you alright?
I don't understand anything that just happened. What was that?
The whole gang was a cult dedicated to something called the Black Goat of the Woods. I've been trying to gather as much information as I could. It was only after you started talking about monsters that I thought maybe there was some truth to all the nonsense I was finding.
Where's Jeremy? Uncle, are you alright?
Everything is out of order. This isn't the way the story goes. I shouldn't be alive.
Don't say that. You made it out. Be happy. Okay?
What version of the story does he know? And there she is.
Hey, kid. You doing all right?
It wasn't what I expected, but you can't always get what you want.
I wonder if there was a level of meta to that line.
All right, you ready to head back to New Orleans?
Come on, Jeremy. Let's go.
Can I come?
Don't leave her. You have to take her to Hell's Kitchen.
What?
What on earth are you talking about?
The Gordon Ramsay show? Maybe that's a hint at a sequel that Grace will feature in. I don't rightly know. But I think we've reached the end of our tale. Well, that was got a bit tough towards the end there, I must say. I wonder, because there's literally no character stats we see right on screen. We got a life bar, but we don't know. Yeah, we don't have any perks or traits or anything that improves the character during play. We get a variety of weapons. Haha, the trenches, yes. So, this was my first time experiencing this game. Even if I had to turn the difficulty down right at the end because it was just that little bit too tough. I was almost there, but needed a little bit of a helping hand. I'd almost got to that last stage and the washing machine's beeping at me because it's finished, but I'm going to sit out the credits anyway. It's nice to see a horror game that isn't just trying to be Resident Evil. And trust me, while the combat is quite similar, it's not Resident Evil zombie game, the zombies are a virus. Or weird tentacle monster in people's throats. So it was nice to see something pre-Resident Evil, at least in its original inspiration. I don't know how this compared to the original game, and I'm not sure if the original game has been remastered or tweaked or something to run on modern systems. There's a thought. Might be worth revisiting the original series at some point, if I can get them to run on this cantankerous machine of mine. It was also nice to see a Lovecraft mythos-inspired story, while not necessarily the truest to the lore, if anything could be true to Lovecraft's lore, because it's a disorganized mess and it's not intended to make sense. People have done a lot of work making sense out of it, but it's a bit like that guy who does the Dark Souls lore videos, because the Dark Souls writers can't be bothered to, you know. He's doing their job for them. Same with the fans. The allure of Lovecraft's mythos is twofold, from my understanding. Well, no, there's a third aspect. People go, boo, tentacles, and they think it's something to do with sex, and they get silly. But apart from that, number one, the idea is that the secrets will drive you mad if you try to understand them. It's a trap. The more you want to learn, the more you want to understand, the more you will realize your version of reality is wrong, and you will laugh, go mad, fail to hold it all together in your head. So it's really a matter of how far do you want to go. You know, the investigators, they investigate, they find out things, and as they find things out, it's unnerving, it's unsettling, and then it starts getting really scary, and it eventually ends up with the human race is completely insignificant, the whole planet Earth is completely insignificant compared to these ancient undefeatable entities that are so powerful and potent. I don't know how many people get off on feeling insignificant and impotent. But the idea of a trap, the idea of knowledge being a trap, right? The more you know, the more you find, the more you lose. It's a trap and it draws you in because it's a curiosity trap. You're curious, you want to know more, and then eventually you know too much, and when you know too much you can never leave. So that was the first aspect. The second, because I did say it was twofold, the second aspect of the allure of Lovecraftian lore is that the author himself encouraged other authors to borrow from his Cthulhu mythos and create their own additions and add to it and expand upon it in their writings, because it would give the impression of the ancient eldritch horrors reaching out across the universes and infecting other people's work, you know, stepping into their worlds, this corruption, this taint. Still don't know what the King in Yellow was doing in this game, though. Did not make sense at all. It makes sense if he was cultivating the madness in Derceto, and if Shub-Niggurath was just an insignificant side effect or byproduct, like, oh yeah, she's there too, you know. I almost feel the story could have gone well with just one of them being involved. And it almost feels as if she was thrown in at the end as an afterthought. Although the King in Yellow seems to be just a sort of side character who's barely involved in this story. And perhaps that's how he works best here. I will say this game has given me a lot of nightmares recently, so I probably won't be playing another horror game for a little while. At least not for another couple of weeks, and then Hellblade 2 comes out, and if it's anything like the first game, I imagine it too will be a horror game. Although at least, if it uses the same controls, I know the balancing system now, because they never tell you anything in Hellblade. You are the mad person who finds it out all for yourself. And that I am looking forwards to. I will investigate to see if I can get the original series. I understand there's a trilogy of games, an original trilogy of games, and then there's a fourth game, which is kind of a reboot from something like 2008 that was not very good at all, and was, people say, don't touch it, it's horrible, it's rubbish. There's also apparently a film by that man who makes bad films as a tax loss. You know, he did all the Resident Evil films. He makes bad films of computer games that have nothing to do with the computer games, because he's a millionaire, and if he loses enough money on the film, it puts him down to a tax bracket where it actually saves him more money than he wasted on the film. Crazy, I know, but there we are. Total time played, apparently a little over 16 hours. In which case, I can say I definitely got my money's worth out of this game. I had a lot of fun with it. I'll probably have to play through as Edward at some point to get some of the remaining achievements. One of the achievements is read all the clues in the game. Well, guess what? Edward gets one clue at the beginning of the game. Emily gets one clue at the beginning of the game. They're two different clues. You literally have to play the game twice to get that achievement. There's an achievement for playing through the entire game without using a healing item once. I will probably never get that one. And then there's another achievement for getting all the achievements, which I won't get because I won't be able to play through the whole game without using a healing item. But I could have a bash at some of the others. There might be another secret ending during the ritual where I think where you don't rescue Grace, the little girl. You just like use the backwards key instead of rushing to help her and just stay back and watch her get hanged or something. So there might be a second cutscene in which one of the controls is enabled. Overall, of our smoking wreckage, we had the cold frozen waste reminding us of a thing, and then this section looks like the burnt out shell of the place. Although the main character didn't go to say, "Yeah? Well, fuck you too!" and throw a stick of dynamite at the thing. I've enjoyed this game. I have. I don't think I got overly frustrated with it up until the fight with the explorer on the ice, a little bit, and this final one where I was getting to the penultimate stage of the fight, or possibly the ultimate stage, and my knuckles just didn't like it, and my hands were saying, "Raph, come on man, you're not as young as you used to be, give us a rest." So I took it easy a little just for the end there, for the sake of my health. Well, now I think I'm going to wrap this one up and put it all to bed. This is not a bedtime story you should be telling to any children, I must add. If you've all enjoyed it, stick around and see what's coming up on the channel next. I tell you, Hellblade's coming in a couple of weeks. That's a certain. Enjoyed the first one a lot. Looking forward to enjoying the second one. What else? I'm going to be rebooting my Bloodsword playthrough at some point soon. I've got some plans for that. I just need to find some better hero portraits for one or two of the heroes, and then I may be good to go. I'm also looking forward to Crown Wars, which is a medieval skirmish game in which we play the bad guys, also known as the French. It's medieval fantasy like XCOM. And I've always wanted a good medieval XCOM game. I mean, we got Battle Brothers. War Tales doesn't really count. Mordheim comes really close to being a good fantasy XCOM. And it's actually, the Mordheim computer game is actually very close to what I envisaged a computer game should be like when I was about, let's just say in the early 90s in the school playground. It's not quite how I imagined it because the design ethos is slightly different, but a lot of the gameplay aspects are very much what I wanted and desired at the time. I may go back to that at some point as well. I've got stuff coming up, and I also want to finish playing Baldur's Gate 3. I'm nearing the end, in the third act, and I need to press forwards of that. I want to pick up Astarion to go to Sorcerer's Sundries and steal the tomes, but he wants to go to Kazdor's mansion first, so we might just have to do that, because he's going to just sneak in there anyway. And that'll be a right mess, I'm certain. Well, for those of you who've stuck around with this playthrough and enjoyed it, I'm glad you have. Thank you for watching along with me as I struggle through, and for hopefully enjoying my theories and conspiracy theories about what was going on in the game at the time. I do think I definitely want to play through it at some time with developer commentary turned on to get what they were thinking when we did certain design choices. And yeah, I will look into seeing if I can get hold of the original trilogy in a playable form, I must add. Well, thank you all again. I'm very grateful to have had you all here, and I'll look forward to seeing you all in whatever I upload next. Cheers guys, take care, and since we're playing horror games, don't let the monsters get you. You're better than that.